What is up, YouTube? Rolling family is back, and today we are in the new urban street zone branded street skate area. In the episode 2, we will be talking about Kaltik Stealth frames.
Waiting for the time to pass me by. Cringing in my sentimental mind. I'm still holding my feelings in. I'm still wondering if you care. Now it's taken so for granted.
Just a quick reminder that in these episodes we're looking for a flat setup with which me as an intermediate skater with 1 year skating experience could ride transitions, grind ledges without getting too much wheel bite. In the episode 1 we took a look at the wish frames. Be sure to check this out if you haven't seen it. I put the link down in the description below. So now let's go and take a look how the wish frames compare to the Kaltik Stealth frames. And the very first thing that we're going to do is we will go to the whatframes.com website to compare the drawings of these two frames. So we just need to find the Kaltik Stealth large frame. So you see this is 260mm base. These frames fit up to 60mm wheels, and let's overlay them with Wish 281mm base frame. So this is what you can see. So you can see that Wish frame is much longer. You can fit larger wheels as this is a high-low frame, and Kaltik Stealth is a flat frame. And the biggest difference for me personally is this H block. So you can see how tall is the H block of the Wish frames compared to the Kaltik Stealth. Now what you can't see in this picture is that Kaltik frames have actually like different angle here, making royals even easier than maybe even than many anti-rocker frames. So I have set my Razor's SLs with Kaltik Stealth frames and 57mm wheels. The wheels do not have a rounded profile, which is it's not perfect, but this is what I've got. And we will start skating today at the school spot just because there is this nice little low ledge. From the rolling perspective, they don't roll as well as the Wish frames, but they're still pretty nimble and you can turn fast, and they hold on crossovers well. I wonder how they will work on the grinds. I started with the front sides, and as I had expected, there is no problems with wheel bite when I do front sides. This is overall my most comfortable trick. But when I just attempted sole grinds, first one was okay, and on the second one... wheel bite! Yes, and this has something to do to how I position my feet. On the front sides, my feet are turned 90 degrees perpendicular to the ledge. Now on the sole grind, I cannot turn my foot like that, and that results in getting wheel bite and getting stuck. I landed a couple of sole grinds, and after that proceeded on trying the royals. Unfortunately, I did not have perfect time doing royals, as my second wheel of the back leg was catching top of the ledge, and my royals became front sides. After the royals, I did a couple of acids, and I wasn't happy with them. So it's kind of similar situation with acids. If I put it on the very good position, I can grind. If I put my skate in a little bit wrong position, the wheels catch. And this is what I was talking about riding flat. It gives me anxiety. So before I jump on every trick, I'm like, will it catch or will it be fine? And many times it catches, thus adding to my anxiety. Fortunately, I brought some anti-rocker frames with me. Yes, my flat riding session became anti-rocker session. Not so bad, at least they're rolling. Ooh, no, you can't turn as you can with flat on anti-rocker. But that's okay. Let's try them on grinds. try. And as you can expect, I didn't have any problems grinding with anti-rocker frames, be it front sides, royals, acids, or any other tricks. So I just continued that day going to different spots and grinding on anti-rocker. Honestly, I didn't have so much problem rolling around on anti-rocker frames, and I guess that my impressions from the first day was I would rather stick to anti-rocker than ride the Kaltik Stealth frames. Enough anti-rocker, let's go back to Kaltik Stealth frame. I got way more wheel bite than I got on the Wish frames, but at the same time I feel I didn't give them enough time. So as we are in this new street skating area and it's covered with ledges all over the place, I will wax one of the ledges here and just try do my grinds and see if I can grind this setup without wheel bite or not. Thank you, tractor. Apparently very similarly as on the day one, I don't have wheel bite and I don't have problems when I do front sides. I will check the GoPro footage to see if my second wheel was grinding on the top. But that kind of gives me hope. I will go now for soul grinds, then I'll go for acids, and then I'll go for royales. So these 4 tricks indicate if I can grind without getting wheel bite or I can't. As you can see in the GoPro footage, the second wheel is basically always grinding on top of the ledge. And if we pause the footage here for a little while, you will notice that I need to land at 45-degree angle on the ledge if I want this groove to actually touch the angle of the ledge. I'm talking about this little point here. Instead of grinding on that one point of my frame, I'm actually grinding on 2 points of the frame. These parts of the frame are really thin and I assume they won't last that long. So what I find the most interesting, now I try to go lower. So if I bend my knees and go lower, I actually get more wheel bite because I find it's harder to put myself in a squat position like this. My front leg then wants to go like that. And this is exactly where I get wheel bite. So as long as I'm grinding straight, it's pretty good. And whenever I go down, I get wheel bite. And I can't see it now myself. I will need to check this GoPro image. Let's do a couple more. Now if you see this line, this is exactly where my wheel grinds. And you can see I made an obvious line here, which was non-existent before. So what I need to do when I ride flat, I need to wax at least 7, 8, maybe 10 centimeters. So I make sure that this wheel is not biting when it's touching. Apparently I can do sole grinds, I can do front sides. Now it's time to try some acids. I will wax a bit more the top part of the ledge, just because my wheel actually is sliding when I do sole grinds. I really need to angle my foot down if I want to do acids. Normally I would do them like this, which is making sure that my wheel is definitely touching the top of the ledge. So all in all, I could say that I could most probably do assets with these frames if I adjust my feet position and if I am super conscious. And this is what, you know, is bugging me. That's exactly the moment that gives me that mentioned anxiety. Every time before I jump on a ledge, I'm like, will I be able or will I not? So I'm just taking it that most probably I'm not good enough skater to skate these frames flat and do the tricks on ledges. I just think my initial impressions after 2 sessions, this frame is not for me. But let's try and do some royales here and see if we can overall land them. So in my personal opinion, the difference between day 1 me not being able to do the royales and day 2 me doing smooth and nice and fun royales on these ledges is the ledges. Because these ledges have very smooth surface, the wheel number 2 can just grind on top of that ledge and not bite. If I would bring now these frames to the other ledges which have a rough top surface, I would definitely get the wheel bite again and my royals would become front sides. One more thing I noticed today. On a really low or recessed coping like this, which is not sticking out too much on top of the deck, you can actually easily get wheel bite with a flat setup as well. So that's something else to consider. If you can see, so like this, my frame is touching the transition here and I start rolling. And if I just, if I do the grind and if I get on top of that coping to continue for a long ride, I can't really do that because it's also biting, or I need to wax the entire deck all over the place. And the same with doing front sides. I can't front side the coping with these frames pretty well. So that's one more thing to consider looking at these frames. So let's try and sum the things up. The things I like about these frames. I like how these frames work on rails. On a flat rail, it's so easy to do royals because the groove is so deep and it's shaped at an angle at this part, making your royals just fantastically easy and other groove tricks as well. But even on the flat rail, this frame is forcing you into 90-degree angles when you do your acids or when you do your royals, which is not bad. I think it's teaching you the correct technique. But at the same time, it's very hard to ride them on ledges. Just because if you don't land at a 45-degree angle on the ledge, if you land a little bit like this, if you want to stay longer on the ledge, then you are really prone to getting wheel bite. And as you saw in the video, the wheel number 2 is basically constantly touching the top of the ledge. So while this works on smooth ledges, on the rougher surfaces or unwaxed surfaces, I will just constantly get wheel bite after wheel bite. And that makes me anxious. I cannot trust myself jumping on the ledges. And that kind of makes this frame not for me as a go-to frame for all the situations. I also get wheel bite on the top of the coping when I try to grind on the transitions. And also the frame is the shortest of all the aggressive frames that I have. One more thing I really dislike about this frame, that they come with the plastic spacers and you need to be very careful how much you tighten the wheels because they kind of stop your wheels from spinning and it's not perfect. So in my opinion, this is a really great frame for someone who wants to ride the rails. And it's not the best frame for me. If I would need to choose between this frame and Wish frames, most probably I would stick to Wish frames instead because they offer much better wheel bite protection. They are longer for my 44 EU size boot. I think this is more or less what I wanted to tell you about the Kaltik Stealth frames. And in the next episodes, we will be talking about the USD Aeons. Now they are with famous wheels. In the next episode, I will equip them with 92, 95, 95, 92A dead wheels. I hope they arrive soon. And you can see they have a different shape of the groove. And also, if you look at this place, you will see that I have never done royals on these frames. So this will be fun experience. If you want to see the next episode, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to get notified. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. This is how you support us, our channel. Thank you all for your love and support and your comments that you write. I need to run. Thank you all for watching. We hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.